Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another night of the Owatonna Wrestling Weekly Podcast. We got Coach Johnson running the show here, and Larry Huffman just sitting at his side. And we got a lot going on. Just finished up with a high school state tournament.
Best time of the year.
Oh man, it was big.
Best time of the year.
Big time. But first, we have to let the sponsors know we think about them because we really appreciate all they do. Owatonna Electric is the man.
Yeah, so Mr. Mike Soffer, Owatonna Electric provides electrical services to homeowners, businesses throughout southern Minnesota. They maintain the electrical safety of the home and business in their community, and that's their highest priority. So all their electricians are licensed, bonded, and insured, so you can be sure that your project will be completed safely and up to code.
That is
The reliability
up to
factor.
code. That's a big one right there.
Exactly. You don't want to do that twice.
No.
No.
All right, let's go into the OHS Weekly Recap. The state tournament, all the place winners up there, Coach.
Yeah, so we had 8 entrants, 6 boys, 2 girls, and out of the 8 entrants, 4 placed. So we had a couple of champions that we're going to have on the podcast here shortly. Rian Grunwald, first ever Owatonna girls state champion at 114 pounds. And then Landen Johnson defended his title at 160, so 2-time state champion and 3-time finalist. Isabelle Townley, freshman at 107 for girls, took third, avenging a loss to the Apple Valley wrestler that she had in the semis at sections. So that was awesome.
That was real awesome there.
Yeah, and then Cael Robb taking third, also over an Apple Valley wrestler, and he was avenging the loss that he had in the quarters against that kid. So yeah, we ended 4-0 in the medal round. That was an amazing Saturday afternoon. It was great to, you always want to end on a high note.
Yep.
And up until then, we were kind of having an up and down tournament, but to come out strong and everyone won their final match and did so in pretty commanding fashion.
And on that odd number, let's talk about that odd number.
Odd number, absolutely.
First and third, them guys end their career on a win. Not too many people can say that.
Nope.
You added up all those 16 guys or girls in that bracket, there's only 3 or 4 that can place that win their last match out of the whole state.
Yeah, exactly.
Not many get that. That's really good. And then the participants at 113 pounds, we had Lane Karsten, just a freshman.
Yep.
At 145, Kanin Hable, senior. Jacob Reinardy, a senior at 170. And Andrew Nirk, a senior at 195 pounds.
Yeah, so Layton Karsten lost, I believe it was like a 5-3 match against a St. Thomas kid. Really close, nearly had a takedown on the edge of the mat. He was so tough, and to see the evolution of his game was on display in this match. So it was unfortunate that the kid who beat him ended up losing, so he was one and done out of the tournament. But he's got to feel good about where his technique and all of his hard work was going.
Yeah, he knows how to get there now.
Yes,
He knows the road.
Exactly. And then Kanin Hable, who quite frankly is a 126, 132 pounder, was up at 145, made it to state, which is a crazy accomplishment to do that when you're giving up pounds and, just kind of doing that for the position on the team. And then lost 2 close matches. He was in both of them right there. And I know he's such a tough competitor that he was really, down after that. But I kept telling him, man, not everyone can go up, 15, 20 pounds, still make state, still be in these matches. I mean, they were just, it was kind of a good nod to how good of a competitor he actually is.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be doing the USA Greco, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He's a Greco wrestler, so he'll be going for a lot more now in the next month or 2.
Absolutely. Jacob Reinardy, so close, lost in the last seconds of the blood round to Torgerson from Anoka. But up until that, had a great tournament, so 2-2 overall. Yet again, peaking at the right time of the year. That was great to see. It was still cool that he could get his section title over Darren Kuiper, who is a not very beloved character around here. So for Reinardy to have that sort of steam at the end of the year was great to see. And then Andrew Nirk, one and done as well, because the kid who beat him ended up having McAnally from Waconia, who is just
really tough,
superhuman. So Yeah, and we knew that was going to be a tough one for Nirk, but also same type of thing. For him to get vindicated last year, they had that structure where there was sections, but they didn't wrestle out the final four, and then they just sent everyone to kind of a super section. Well, his super section was absolutely loaded, so it's kind of an asterisk beside the fact that, yeah, he wasn't technically a state place winner last year, but all us coaches in the community acknowledged that anyone who made it to the super section was a state entrant. So to get vindicated and to do it officially this season was awesome.
I was just down in Kentucky. That's the way they do it. They have their super section before the state, and they have it's this first or two rounds, I guess, of the state tournament. And then they go into the big building to wrestle the best if they make it there.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that do that, I guess.
Yeah.
So congratulations to all those guys who made it to state. That's number one, just making it there. That's one thing I can't say is I was so close as a woulda, shoulda, coulda guy. Injury. Had to short my senior season, so I really wanted to go too.
Yeah. It's yet again. And to do it in a packed house again, in a packed arena. This wasn't at something offsite or anything. We're back at the X, full crowds. It was electric.
And you know how they feel. Amount of times you were at that state tournament, state champion, the whole bit. So it's tough. It's a tough road. All right. Let's move down to the OWA Youth recap.
Not much. They didn't compete last week, and they're doing practices right now for their K through 6 team because they have state coming up. Thursday, March 17th through the weekend then. I think team is just that Thursday, and then it sounds like individual is Friday, Saturday maybe. I could be a little mixed up on that. But
no, they're doing 5 rounds, I think, the way it sounds.
Yeah, so, yeah, they're just prepping right now. They're ramping up. So, yeah.
All right.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Okay, good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming to our guest portion of the Owatonna Weekly podcast, Owatonna Wrestling Weekly podcast, I should say. And our guest here now is Rian Grunwald, Senior.
Ryan, you had a good weekend. What happened? What transpired?
I guess I just wanted it.
Yeah.
There's the word.
State title. State
champion.
Now, I gotta say that first round scared the crap out of me. Go through that match a little bit for us.
I was very nervous. First time stepping out on the floor, down under all those people. It's just different than I expected it to be. So.
Yeah, so you gave up a takedown, went to your back, kind of early in the match, like late first period, I think it was.
Yeah.
But got up and looked over, and I was just like, you got this, because you wanted to just go feet right away. And I'm like, you're so tough on top. I didn't want to give that away. So I was like, 30 seconds. We'll give it 30. And then she hits an ill-advised kind of side roll on you. You catch the half as she's rolling, put her on her back on the edge, so close to that pin. But at least now we're a little bit more manageable. Because I think you...
Is it 5-5 then?
I think it was 5-4 because you got an escape at the end of the first.
Yep.
So now with the 3 backs, 5-5. And did you ride her out second period?
Yes. I believe so.
That's what I thought. Okay.
What was this girl's name?
Lana Walters.
Walters.
Yeah. Or no, she got an escape.
Yeah, she got the
Because
escape
then... Yeah. Because then third period, you chose down.
Yep.
Got the escape. And then...
Went to town.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, we're in overtime. Push overtime, 6-6.
Your first match.
First match, semifinals, no big deal, you know? What happens? What do you do? What are you thinking?
I just realized that I need to win this. So I blast doubled her.
Yeah, you did.
Who had the choice third period?
That was my choice.
Yeah, and you went down.
Chose.
Yep.
Okay. Blast double.
Yeah, blast double.
Spear.
She actually kind of like half stopped it, and it just gave you even more leverage to then lift even better, and took her feet to back.
Yeah.
Like, boom.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that was huge. That was absolutely huge. Coach Keller said, he was in the corner with me and said he jumped up to the point where he got so much air that like he was shocked when he actually landed. Like it was just like, yeah, that was electric. That was so awesome. So, that was just right there. It was semifinals.
Yeah.
But then you spend the next like 3 hours stewing in the warm-up area, talking about what you're going to do to this person, and I can't even repeat it because you're going into criminal justice, and I don't want this on record. But man, you had fire in your eyes.
Fired up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to kill her.
Yeah. She wanted it. That want is a big word.
Oh man. So then, what was it like leading up to and into the finals? What did that feel like?
I think the wait time made me like want it more, and like the longer I waited, it like calmed me down more and made me like prepared even more. So I think it worked out.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. You were so pissed. It was so cool to watch. And then, you get out there and command right from the start. I mean, there was just no doubt. Ended up, I think, getting the major, but dominating every single piece of it.
Yeah.
So that was cool to see that. I mean, heck, I was telling you this, I was trying to yell hold when you had the bar arm with about 15 seconds left. I didn't want you to run it. I just wanted you to sit on it for the win, and instead you went for the kill. Like, you ran it. Oh my God, that was so cool. Wanted the pin. State finals.
I was so close too.
Yeah, you were.
But you won it.
Yep.
You won it with your want. You know, the one thing I think about is when after it's all done, dust settles, when you start putting those figures up, the stats of everybody, you're the first one. You're going to be on top of that pile for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be other girls underneath you. And I know there's going to be a lot of state champions, but you were the first one. I think that's really cool.
It is definitely a cool feeling to know I was the first, so.
Yeah. Well, I keep saying this, like, you've been kind of the perfect trailblazer for this because you're a good student, you're a good person, you're a hard worker in the classroom, you have your stuff together, and, never have a problem behaviorally. Like, you're the model wrestler, model student athlete. And so the icing on the cake is not only were you, kind of the first for our program and such a good role model and everything, boom, you capped it off with getting to the top of the mountain. So that's so fantastic. And then Monday, Section 1, Hall of Fame, what did they present you with?
It's the Outstanding Wrestler, Female Wrestler Award, the first one.
First one, Section 1.
Gosh.
Yeah. So another first. So that's awesome. Yeah. So I want to take you back a little bit though. What was kind of like your quintessential, let's say not state finals, state semis, what's a match that kind of sticks out for you that you look back fondly on?
Definitely my Northfield match.
Yeah, what did you do in Northfield?
The day before, we just went over the Spladle.
Yeah.
And we went to Northfield the next day, and I went out and I spladled my kid and pinned him.
Yeah. And you did it in a non-conventional spladle. It wasn't kind of the inside switch looking one. It was one where you went over the top and rotated your shoulders to the point of the ref didn't recognize it, and our whole coaching staff is like, no, that's a spladle. That's a spladle. It's like, oh gosh. Like,
yeah.
You would have had the pin even quicker than that. But yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So. Nice. What's your biggest bragging right as far as like someone you've beaten? Because like I have it in my back pocket that I beat a future Olympian back in first grade. It was super tough. Hayes Winkle ended up wrestling for Okie State and went on the Greco Olympic team. He was I changed his life in first grade. So how about you?
I guess.
Do you remember your first win? That's a long time ago.
Definitely not.
Okay. I remember seeing you come in that wrestling room. You were about 30-some pounds,
Yeah.
all skin and bones, and she said, I want to wrestle. And I looked at her and I said, okay, you're going to have to get strong, girl. And she did.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely a couple guys that I wrestled my freshman year that I ended up pinning, and now I see in my senior year and they're on the varsity roster beating guys from our team, and I'm like, oh, I beat them my freshman year. It's that really tall kid from Faribault, like the really tall blonde one.
Is that Tobin? No, that's not Tobin. But Bobo had him
Yep.
at sections? Okay.
Bo
Yep.
got beat by him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Bobo had that near side cradle, almost ran it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's cool. It's cool to have, bragging rights like
Yeah.
that. Like, yeah, no, that guy, I think he took third at sections.
Yeah, and then there was I kind of have gone back and forth with her, but Caitlin Kelly from Wisconsin, she's a really good wrestler, and
Okay.
I've beat her, she's beat me, but it's such cool kind of just say like, oh, I beat her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, you'll have that the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know. How about, so I was asking you about hobbies or hidden talents or anything like that, and you told me like wrestling's 100% your life and stuff. So we're gonna do a hypothetical. What's a hobby you want to get into maybe later on in life?
I definitely want to get into boxing or like MMA fighting type stuff.
So not a hobby, another crazy martial art passion.
Step in life, huh? Big step in life.
Yeah. I'm just gonna dabble in submissions.
You got guts.
So.
Yeah.
You got guts, Ryan. I'll tell you.
I mean, it fits. Totally, I'm not surprised by it.
Maybe
but
like the UFC at some point.
yeah, just whenever this wrestling thing's done. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was kind of an easy decision for who we wanted on the podcast this week because it was such a monumental weekend. We got to show off our talent on the biggest stage, and you guys delivered. So that was so awesome. So
State champion, Rian Grunwald.
and then
Boy.
next week? Where are you heading?
I'm going to Colorado Springs for postseason nationals.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Awesome. Well, good luck there too.
Is that
Thank
the
you.
senior nationals or what?
It's just I think
Midwest?
it's like cadet through
Okay.
up to senior level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't think they do that actual senior national anymore.
They don't.
There's the Virginia Beach one and stuff.
Oh.
And that's, junior seniors. But
Okay.
yeah. Well, good luck next week, and thank you again for being you.
Yeah, thank you.
great
It's been
season.
a fun season.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Thanks, Ryan.
All right. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Owatonna Wrestling Weekly podcast. We got a big one here, another state champion, and I think we can say a two-time state champion.
Yeah. Congrats.
Yes, thank you guys.
Yeah. Well, give me an assessment on how your tournament went, like kind of round by round. What were you up to?
First round, I was pretty tired from the early weigh-in,
Yeah.
so not my best match on my feet, but
Yeah,
went to work
stuck
on
with you a little bit.
went to
Oh,
work
really?
on top and
How early was that weigh-in?
7:30. So
Oh, my.
Yeah.
yeah, we were up
Both days.
about 6:30,
Yep.
walking from the hotel. So I was pretty tired on my feet, but
Yeah.
went to work on top, got the pin, second period, so felt fine. And then I went home or went back to the hotel and took a nap. Felt a lot
3
better.
hours.
Felt a lot better the second session that first day.
Yeah.
Wrestled that Apple Valley kid.
Marcel Booth.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about that. Just kind of did what I had to do. Took my points when they were there and
Yeah.
won, I think, 6-0. And he actually ended up wrestling back for 4th place. So
Saw
he
that.
had a good tournament too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just kind of took my points when they were there and it was fine. And then so third match, the Wilmer guy won that 5-0. Kind of the same thing. Just took my points when they were there.
Yeah.
Got the takedown in the first period. But a
That's
tough
huge.
ride.
Start out ahead.
Yep. So just kind of, getting your points when they're there, not forcing anything dumb, especially at a state tournament. You don't need to make a dumb decision and lose. But in the finals, wrestled really good. I was pretty proud of that match, really.
Yeah.
And, got the first takedown. I felt good about that because I definitely knew, like, top and bottom, right? There's no one that can hang, but a couple matches this year where I got taken down and I probably shouldn't have. So I felt good getting the first takedown and then going to work on top. I got the turn right away.
Yeah, you had him twice, honestly.
Yeah, and
I
then
didn't call it the first time.
Second period, it went down.
I can't believe it.
For some reason, they went down.
Oh, my God. He just got turned. You look over and you wink at me. And I'm like, yep, this is how it's going to go. And then the kid, I swear his corner, too, was like, we going feet? And he chose down. And I was like, oh, my God.
Yep, so he chose down, and I got another turn. So I was up, I think, 7-0. Then he got an escape eventually. But, yeah, I was feeling good there. And then I think I got another takedown in the second period. So I was up 9-1 going into the third, and then I went down, got my escape, and then just kind of stalled it out, got my win.
Yeah.
Stalled it out.
Went for a couple ducks, but couldn't ever finish any of them.
It was close.
Still got
It
to
was
figure
close.
that out.
Yeah, you still turn a little bit too much. Yeah, it takes a little time. No, and the crowd got to see your scrambles because it took a little bit on the first takedown where I think you had a stalemate once or went off the mat, and he had your leg up for your takedown, so he's in on a single, and so you only have one foot down, and you reach down, grab his leg, and get the takedown off of it, a la, back at the Christmas tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
So, the crowd was just eating that up. That was cool.
Yes.
But yeah, it was clear when, we were talking about this when the Buffalo kid Herbst lost to him. I was like, oh, Webster doesn't know what's coming here.
Yeah.
Herbst had kind of figured you out on the feet.
Yeah, a little bit.
And he probably was never going to take down ever again.
No, but
yeah.
Yeah, same Mike kid, just, I don't know.
He's pretty confident. Yeah. Maybe he thought he got caught twice in the first period, but.
Yeah, sometimes maybe they think they're a really good wrestler and they forget how good you really are.
Yep, it happens sometimes.
Normally, if you're good, you would take down.
Yep.
Well, and it's easier said than done on Landen, too, where, when I can imagine when people coach him, it's like, you're long enough to where it looks like you're in bad position.
Yeah.
But yet you still have good leverage. That half can be on the totally other side, and you still have enough leverage. And so it looks like you're out of position, and maybe that's a false sense of security they get, thinking that, we can get him out of position. We can, like, no, you haven't. You're an absolute spider, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the same thing on our feet too. It's like you get in on my legs, but you got in, 3 or 4 times, but it's one thing to get in, another thing to finish. So
yeah, you really gotta put you to your back, basically, like blast you. So yeah, and I know you talked a little bit about this when you were getting interviewed right off the mat, but what was it like this year versus last?
Yeah, I mean, it was just so much more just like the energy at the XL is so much better than anywhere else, and be able to win it with like my whole family and all the Owatonna fans and everyone there. Where like last year it was just my parents and no one else. Last year I just get a bunch of texts, and then this year I can run up in the stands and say hi to everyone, and they can all be there and congratulate me in person. It was a lot cooler than just texting everyone and then driving over a couple days later like, here's my medal.
Yeah.
How about senior muscle mass? Is that a big deal when you're a senior? Do you feel a lot stronger this year than last year?
I mean, I think I felt a little bit better this year, just
I
growing.
think you're a lot stronger.
Yeah. That's definitely, I think, especially like just from my 7th grade year, senior year, you can feel how much of a difference that is, wrestling guys all older than you first couple years in varsity, and then being the older guy and getting to feel like that guy.
Well, and a lot of people probably don't understand or don't realize that you're wrestling 160. You've been wrestling 160 for 3 years. You get certified at 45, 52 every year.
Yeah.
Like, you're wrestling what you weigh.
Yeah.
And you're still doing this.
Yeah.
So
that's the one thing I think the difference between this year and last year was, last year I was not cutting weight, but I could tell I wasn't cutting weight. Everyone kind of felt bigger and stronger, but this year I weighed the same, but no one else felt bigger than me.
Right. So, yeah, I think that's so cool that, like, you could take even the easier route and go down to 52, and you don't. Like,
Yeah.
you're battling it out up here. So
Well, there's no fun in that.
yeah.
He wasn't scared to take on anybody either. That's
No,
the other
bumped
thing
up
I
to
noticed.
170. Yeah, a couple of times.
People talked about that one.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you
Now
gotta
look
get
what Landon's doing.
Yeah, you gotta get tough matches in. There's no
Yeah.
reason to just stay down and take the easy wins when they're there.
Right.
Absolutely right.
Right.
There's
Speaking of like hard, easy wins, we asked Ryan what like her biggest brags are as far as people she's beaten. How about you?
Yeah, this one I said this right after I won state, and then I ran up to the stands and was sitting with my parents. We were watching the rest of the finals, and they announced the 8th 5-time state champion ever, and everyone stands up
Bernie.
and clapping their hands, and I said, I beat him in 3rd grade one time. So yeah, Bennett, I
Bennett Bernie.
got him one time. Yep.
Yep.
There's a big match.
Huge.
Yep. So that's probably the closest one I can think of.
Yeah. That's a big one. Yeah. 5-timer. Oh, that's awesome.
How about a hidden talent? That's besides wrestling. Is there anything that people don't know about that you might want to talk about?
I think I could take it to just about anyone in Madden. I'm pretty
Oh.
pretty
Madden football.
skilled at Madden
Okay.
on the PS5.
PS5.
So,
All right.
especially next year, I've just been hearing all about it. They got a PlayStation in the locker room that everyone thinks they can be that guy in the PlayStation. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to. Especially Coach Marsden, if he's watching this, he's the one that talks a lot of smack about being
Yeah.
able to take me in Madden, but I don't think he's gonna be able to.
Little tiny freshman Landon's gonna roll in there and run up the score.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's the plan.
Nice.
That's a good talent to have, I guess.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, you also got honored as AAA Section 1 Outstanding Wrestler of the Year. So you got to be there with Ryan that night.
That was good.
Yeah, that was a good time. And Coach Hovden, you were there with Mary Davis, her induction into the Section 1 Hall of Fame. That was awesome.
Well, that's for all the volunteer work that she's done her whole life. I know she's done a lot. She just can't even start to say all the different things she's done
Yeah.
for the sport of wrestling.
Absolutely. So, well, just like Ryan, thank you for being you. Thank you for being a great student, a great leader in the room, someone that I can always lean on to, help motivate your peers and keep them on track. You do it both verbally and by example. So that's awesome. It makes my job a whole lot easier, especially when they're getting tutelage and advice, from a team captain like yourself. I know it means a lot to these kids. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. You made this season so much fun for me in my first year. So appreciate that. And don't forget about the little people, huh?
Yeah, thank you guys so much, both of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Been-
Been
helped me
fun
so much
watching you.
along. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks, bud.
All right. I think we should mention one more time, though, the sponsor, Owatonna Electric. Mike Soffer. He's local, professional, reliable. Owatonna Electric provides electrical services to homeowners and businesses throughout southern Minnesota. Maintaining the electrical safety of the homes and businesses in our community is our highest priority. Our electricians are licensed, bonded, and insured, so you can be sure that your project will be completely safe and up to code. Mike Soffer running that.
Yeah. Thank you for your support, and also thank you for your support in the wrestling room too. I know you have at least one child involved, so yeah. But thank you much.
All right.
Well, Coach.
Well, thanks everyone for watching our Owatonna Wrestling Weekly Podcast. We'll probably have more. We'll see what's going on after the wrestling at the USA State Tournament. We got a big one coming up with the kids, K-6 program going as a team.
Yep.
So that's going to be a big one on the 17th, and then they'll be getting into the freestyle and the Greco, and
Oh yeah.
we got a lot of wrestling coming up.
Absolutely. Thank you much.
All right,
Thanks for listening. Take care.
and see you next time.